Leader of the third party.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. Good to hear about the concern over direct award, no-bid contracts. Hopefully this government will look into the $430 million at Site C that's been direct awarded with no bids. My question, not on that topic, Honourable Speaker, through you is to the Premier. Does the Premier believe that workers in this province should be paid a living wage?
Minister of Labour.
Thank you. I want to thank the member for her question. It is important because everyone on this side of the House respect workers. They respect their right to earn a good living. Especially the lawyers. Mr. Speaker.
Members.
Mr.
Are you
Speaker,
feeling better now? Please. Minister will continue.
Mr. Speaker, when we formed government, minimum wage in this province was one of the lowest in the country. Why? Because it was frozen for 10 years by the previous government. 10 years it was frozen, Mr. Speaker.
Members, no interruptions, please.
2%, the highest wage earner in this province. When we formed government, we appointed a Fair Wages Commission. They came back with, after consulting with communities, consulting with labor activists, consulting with businesses, especially small businesses, came back and recommended that the minimum wage should go up to $15 an hour over a 4-year period. That's what we did. After 4 years, minimum wage went to $15.20, Mr. Speaker. I'm proud to say that that was the highest of all provinces in this country. Mr. Speaker, then we said that the minimum wage should be tied to the rate of inflation. We did that last year, the 2.8%, because that was the inflation the previous year. We did that again this year, 6.9% increase, because that was the inflation rate for last year. Again, this is the highest of all provinces in the country. We're really proud of that.
Leader of the third party supplemental.
Thank you, Honourable Speaker. I was actually asking about living wages, but let's look at workers in this province who provide essential public services. As we speak, a transit strike in the Fraser Valley is entering its 7th week. Thousands of people have been unable to use public transit to get to work or school. Fraser Valley residents are frustrated, but people understand the plight of these transit workers. Bus drivers in the Fraser Valley make 32% less than those in neighbouring regions. They often work long standby hours for which they receive less than $3 an hour, and they have no pension plan. Workers are underpaid and overworked, and so they're on the picket line asking for fair wages and fair treatment. This is what happens when governments outsource public operations to for-profit corporations without any safeguards. Although the buses in the Fraser Valley are owned by BC Transit, they are operated by a private company, and that company is nickel and diming its workers. The employer hasn't stepped up to negotiate, and the government has remained silent. Public operations should be publicly run. My question through you, Honourable Speaker, is to the Premier. Will he put an end to the private outsourcing of essential public operations and ensure workers, like those on strike in the Fraser Valley, earn a living wage?
Minister of Transportation.
Very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you to the member for the question. We are urging all the parties involved in this dispute, both First Transit and the union representing the workers who are in a legal strike position and are on the picket lines, to get back to the table. The Minister of Labour has offered on a number of occasions the expertise of a mediator to assist the two parties to get back to the negotiating table. So far, there is no agreement between the two parties to do that. We continue to believe that the solutions, both on pay and working conditions, that the union wishes to pursue are best remedied at the bargaining table. That is how unions recently in the transit sector achieved good collective agreements. Here in Greater Victoria, for example, just last month, Metro Vancouver TransLink workers have also recently achieved a collective agreement, and so has the identical contractor that's involved as the employer in this dispute achieved collective agreements with employees in Kelowna and other communities. That's the way forward. At the bargaining table, the Minister of Labour has offered the assistance of a skilled mediator to get them there, and that's what we hope both parties agree to and succeed at the bargaining table to get a lasting agreement that helps workers improve their pay and conditions.